and welcome to the final edition of CityCast of this year. Hello, and welcome to the final edition of CityCast for this year, where we bring you stories from all across the globe. I'm Sanchita Mitra.
And I am Kanishka Kohli, and here are the headlines.
Illegal adoption messages on the rise.
Kerala government announces special packages for children orphaned by COVID.
5 accused arrested in Bangalore on rape charges.
Social media posts asking volunteers to adopt children who lost their families to COVID-19 are increasing. Our reporter Sanchita Mitra tells us both the danger and the legalities involved.
Children who have lost their parents due to COVID are called COVID orphans. Since April 2021, social media users found several posts circulating in the platforms about children who have lost both their parents and now need someone to take care of them. A friend of a COVID patient who had died recently had decided to help his friend's children.
I thought the children needed help, so I did it. I didn't know the legality.
Data from the Ministry of Women and Child Welfare shows that there are 577 COVID orphans in India as of now. The Union Minister of India, Smriti Irani, also tweeted asking users to not put up such messages as they are prohibited by law. Many states have launched their own children helpline numbers to help them. Lawyers say sharing details of orphan is illegal and punishable by law.
It's a central adoption resource agency, and you have to register this there, and from there only you can adopt a child.
A child protection unit officer says that users should not believe these WhatsApp forwards as most of them are fake.
इसमें फंसा भी सकते किसी को कि हम आपको इतना पैसे में पैसा देंगे उतना देंगे.
An NGO is conducting surveys of their own and found that multiple states in India have more than 100 COVID orphans. NGOs are worried if adoption starts happening through such messages, the chances of child trafficking will increase as it is unregulated.
And anybody taking a child by through that means without going to a Kara can be illegal, and that person can also be prosecuted. We have filed complaints in different states.
Meanwhile, we have reports from the Kerala government with their plans for these children. They announced special packages for children who lost parents to COVID-19. Our reporter, Arpita Ajaykumar, brings us the story.
Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan announces a rehabilitation package for children who have lost their parents due to COVID-19. The officials say the children will get an immediate aid of 3 lakh rupees each and will be given monthly aid of 2,000 rupees until they reach the age of 18 years. The government has also agreed to bear all the educational expenses till their graduation. The ministry officials say they will implement the package soon, and they are now working out on a plan to implement this efficiently. As per the records of Women and Child Development Minister, more than 500 children have lost their parents in India due to COVID, and more than 10 children from Kerala alone. NGO officials say these children are currently taken care by the Ministry of Women and Child Development.
ഇത് കേരള ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ വളരെ നല്ലൊരു ഇനീഷ്യേറ്റീവാണ്. ഈ ഇനീഷ്യേറ്റീവ് വഴി കേരളത്തിൽ ഒരുപാട് അഫക്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത ഒരുപാട് സ്റ്റുഡൻസിന് നന്നായി പഠിക്കാനും അവരുടെ ഭാവി സുരക്ഷിതമാക്കാനും സാധിക്കുന്നതാണ്.
Experts say not only Kerala, other states like Delhi, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan have also come up with such an initiative. I am Arpita Ajaykumar reporting for CityCast.
Let's look at the COVID numbers and updates on various state lockdowns. Our reporter Shantan Chandra and Shreya Sopa with that.
India records 1.86 lakh new COVID cases in the last 24 hours. This is the lowest spike in daily infections in the last 44 days. The number of active cases has further declined to 23.43 lakh, while over 2.48 crore people have recovered from the virus till now. With 3,660 new deaths, the death toll is now over 3.18 lakh. Over 10 lakh 30,000 people were vaccinated in the last 24 hours.
Union Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla has directed the states and union territories to ensure containment and other measures are implemented strictly till June. In Delhi, the unlock process is set to begin from 31st of May. CM Kejriwal has announced that constructions and factories can be reopened from Monday. Tougher lockdown in Mysuru starting from tomorrow. Other than banks, standalone milk booths, medical services, fair price shops and hopcoms would be open only on Monday and Thursday between 6 am to 12 pm. Earlier, the Karnataka government extended the state-wise lockdown till 7th of June. The ongoing lockdown has also extended in West Bengal till 15th of June. The Rajasthan government has increased the fine for not wearing mask at public places from 500 rupees to 1000 rupees. The state has also extended the lockdown till June 8. While the Maharashtra government has announced the COVID curbs will extend till June 1st and the curbs will be relaxed after some time in a phased manner. This is Shreya Upar reporting for CityCast.
Delhi High Court asks the centre to include children for the jab. Our reporter Amna brings the story.
Delhi High Court seeks response from the centre regarding a PIL filed for immediately vaccinating the children between the ages of 12 to 17 years in Delhi. However, the pediatricians say that without the trials, initiating the jab for children should not be considered.
How can a PIL expedite the efficacy or the side effect profile unless until trials are undertaken? Information is important for anybody, so it's equally important for the kids. But how can you give it without proper trials? They are undergoing the trials for the kids, and whenever the trials are complete, they'll be approved for the kids to use.
The PIL registered by a 12-year-old Tia Gupta along with the mother of an 8-year-old demands the vaccination protocol for children as well as the parents residing in Delhi and to formulate the national plan for children protecting them from the ill effects of the pandemic. The hearing is scheduled on June 4th. This is Amna Karimi reporting for the CityCast.
Two accused in Bangalore rape case were shot in the leg after they tried to escape the crime scene. Let's go to our reporter Puran, who brings us the updates.
Earlier today, police had taken two of the accused for reconstruction of the crime scene where they allegedly tried to flee. This development comes after the police arrested 5 Bangladeshis in a brutal assault and gang rape of a woman in Ramamurthy Nagar in last night. The 5 accused and the victim all hail from Bangladesh.
They have been taken to the hospital. Yeah. My DCP is constantly interacting with Kerala. No. We have not contacted them yet. They were illegal immigrants. They have legally immigrated from Bangladesh.
Officials say the incident occurred 6 days ago, after which the woman fled to the neighbouring state of Kerala. The 5 people, including a woman, had brought the victim to India for trafficking. All the accused were residing in India illegally. This is reporter Puran Chaudhary for CityCast.
We will be right back after a short break with some health stories. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Syrian President Bashar Assad re-elected for the 4th term. West calls it fraudulent. Our reporter Tabara Abzadi brings us some insight on it.
Our president. Our people have the right to decide how any country to steal their will. And our people doesn't listen for Western country.
Bashar al-Assad was elected as the president for the 4th time with 94% of majority votes.
In the Middle East, these elections are held just to give it a veneer of legitimacy. It's not like the elections that you see, say, for example, in India or in the United Kingdom, democracy in Syria.
Though some call this a democratic win, many raise questions of freedom of speech and even call the process entirely illegitimate.
On Women's Menstrual Health Day, Punjab announces a new scheme for women. Our reporter Piara with that story.
According to the head of All India Women Conference, more than 23 million girls drop out of school due to the lack of menstrual hygiene. The IIJNM will distribute free sanitary pads to the needy women and girls of Punjab.
ਅਸੀਂ ਆਇਡੈਂਟੀਫਾਈ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ 27314 ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਂਗਨਵਾੜੀ ਸੈਂਟਰਸ ਨੇ ਹਰ ਆਂਗਨਵਾੜੀ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 50 ਬੈਨੀਫੀਸ਼ੀਅਰੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਆਇਡੈਂਟੀਫਾਈ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਂਗਨਵਾੜੀ ਸੈਂਟਰਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਆਸ਼ਾ ਵਰਕਰਸ ਔਰ ANMs ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਲਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤਮੰਦ ਔਰਤ ਜਾਂ ਬੱਚੀ ਇਸ ਸਕੀਮ ਤੋਂ ਵਾਂਝਿਆ ਨਾ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਏ
9 sanitary pads will be given to each beneficiary per month. Experts say this is the first step and there needs to be more done in regards to women's health and hygiene.
I think there should be organizing committee with the doctors and the psychologists in the team to counsel the females related menstrual hygiene and listen to their complaints suffered by them so that the problems can be solved at the very initial stages. There should be webinars in the schools to educate the girls.
In times like these, where hygiene is most important, the successful implementation of this scheme is imperative. This is Pyara Singh signing off for CityCast.
Mental development in toddlers is impacted as they are confined within their houses in pandemic. Our reporter Ritesh Roy brings us more.
Due to the pandemic and the restrictions on going out, children of age below 5 are missing out on the foundational learning.
Stimulation that children used to get from environment during normal times, it has now been stymied. And this might lead to a loss of confidence, creativity and imagination skills in children, which may also have a dire impact on their problem-solving strategies.
Parents are trying to engage their young ones in various activities, but the pace of learning new things is slow due to the confinement.
Since last 1 year, she is at home, so she is not able to interact with people. So to keep her engaged, I am enrolling her in different sort of classes. From there, she is learning craft activity which keeps her happy and engaged.
बच्चे के अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आना, बच्चे जैसे घर में मम्मी पापा के साथ रह के बच्चे बाहर जा रहे हैं तो कोई बच्चे से कोई चीज़ भी पूछना तो बच्चे वो कॉन्फिडेंस से बिल्कुल नहीं बोल पा रहे हैं. पेरेंट्स के सामने तो बोल ले रहे हैं बट बाहर नहीं बोल पा रहे हैं.
Activities in the preschool help toddlers to get exposure to different situations and help in their mental and physical development.
ऑनलाइन क्लासेज में सबसे बड़ा जो नुकसान हो रहा है वो ये हो रहा है कि बच्चों का ऑल ओवर डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो पा रहा है. बच्चे अच्छी तरह से अपनी एक्टिविटी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. बच्चे जब स्कूल जाते थे तो दूसरे बच्चों से मिलते थे, उनके साथ अपनी बातें शेयर करते थे, उनके साथ खेल खेलते थे.
Many around the world faces some kind of mental health issue due to the lockdown, but situation with toddlers is even more serious as it is matter of development of their brain. This is Ritesh Roy reporting for CityCast.
We will be right back after a short break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Auto drivers in Bangalore find their lives at a standstill. Yet again. Let's go over to our reporter Puran to understand their plight.
Auto unions say the Karnataka government's relief package for the drivers is not adequate. Last lockdown, the government had announced cash assistance of Rs 5,000 for 7.75 lakh drivers. However, only 2.9 lakh drivers received it.
7,75,000 ಜನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 2,10,10,000 ಜನಗಳದ್ದು ಮಾತ್ರ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಇವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಇರೋದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೇವಾ ಸಿಂಧು ಆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಅವ್ರು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವರು ಬರೀ 2,10,000 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈಗ 3,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಒದಗಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಇದು.
Recently, Yadurappa government announced a relief package of 63 crore for various sectors, Rs 3,000 each for 2.1 lakh drivers. Many of them do not have appropriate documents to apply for the cash assistance. Many have sent their families to villages as they can't afford the rent, electricity bills and household expenses.
बहुत तकलीफ में गुजारना है ये लॉकडाउन. पहला लॉकडाउन तो थोड़ा पैसा था तो भी गुजरान चला. अभी देखो नाश्ता करके आया इधर शाम तक बैठता शाम में जाता है नहीं तो घर में जाके क्या करेंगे.
The auto unions claim that last year's package was received by beneficiaries 2 to 5 months after the announcement. However, the government officials say they have fixed the glitches in the website and will start the application soon.
Government has told give 2.1 lakh, we will give 2.1. So we will schedule it and we will tell the auto rickshaw driver saying that you apply on this day and the window period will be there. After that we will start distributing the money.
Even as the markets are open from 6 to 10 in the morning, these daily wagers are often stopped by the police for ferrying passengers. This is reporter Puran Chaudhary for CityCast.
It's an all-English final in the UEFA Champions League tomorrow. Let us get a preview with Sanchita.
The stage is all set for the UEFA Champions League final to be held in the Dragon Stadium in Portugal on 28 May. It will be an all-English final as Manchester City takes on Chelsea. 16,500 spectators are allowed inside the stadium to watch the match. We speak to a sports analyst to understand how the final will shape up tomorrow.
So if you ask me, I think Manchester City has a very good squad and a squad depth making them favourite to win the final. Their strong attacking midfield and play is why I think they will score the first goal. Chelsea on the other hand has a very good, strong midfield, but sometimes they do struggle to score a goal. But they have to focus on their defense mainly to stop City's counter-attack, which could be lethal. Depending on the form and squad analysis, I think Manchester City will win 3-1, having a strong team and Pep's tactic on their side.
Bengalis cannot be separated from their addas even in the pandemic. Our reporter Shantan Chandra brings us more from Kolkata.
Residents of central Kolkata play gully cricket flouting lockdown guidelines. Children say they are bored of looking at phone screens. Adults also participate in these matches. Many of them get together at Para Rocks in the evenings for long chat sessions. Local police say they were unaware of the events and CityCast was first to inform them. West Bengal recorded around 13,000 fresh cases yesterday. Experts say this kind of behavior is completely unacceptable from the citizens.
The very point of lockdown is preventing people from coming together so that we can slow down the rate of cases.
Experts also requested the residents to follow the guidelines.
One of the world's most loved television series is back. Our reporter Puran is here with the audience reception.
Friends, the iconic show was back on TV for one last time. The reunion happened almost after 17 years, which die-hard fans have been waiting for. The episode recorded over 1 million views in less than 7 hours of its digital premiere in India. Though the viewers expected more, it was much like a walk down the memory lane with the cast of 6 being back on the same set on the same couch.
It was quite interesting, so I really loved it. I was already quite excited for it and it was up to the mark, so I really loved it.
The almost 2-hour episode had celebrity guests like K-pop group BTS, David Beckham, Lady Gaga and Justin Bieber. It had voices of fans sharing life-changing experiences they had because of the sitcom and how friends will always be there for them. Each of the 6 characters were given $2.5 million for the reunion. The Friends Reunion special episode is currently streaming on HBO Max and ZEE5. This is reporter Puran Chaudhary for CityCast.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
For more such stories, log on to our online publication www.citycast.in. Thank you.